What is albinism? Humans, animals, and even plants can have albinism, a condition that gives living things a pale appearance. But what is albinism and what causes it? Albinism is a genetic condition where living things are born without the usual pigments in their bodies. Their bodies aren't able to make a normal amount of melanin, the chemical responsible for the eye, skin, and hair color. There are two main types of albinism, oculocutaneous and ocular. Some people with oculocutaneous albinism have extremely pale skin, eyes, and white hair, while others with the same type of albinism might have slightly more color in their features. Oculocutaneous albinism is genetic, but it is recessive. That means that both parents must carry whatever genes responsible for the condition. Even then, the child would only have a 1 in 4 chance to have albinism. On the other hand, there are albinism that only affects melanin production in the eyes. This is known as ocular albinism. People with ocular albinism usually have blue eyes. In some cases, the iris has very little color, so a person's eyes might look pink or reddish. This is caused by the blood vessels inside the eye showing through the iris. What's interesting about ocular albinism is that the genes that are responsible for it are located only on the X chromosome. Females have 2 X chromosomes and males only have 1 along with a Y chromosome. This means that in order to have ocular albinism, a female must inherit 2 copies of the gene from both the mother and father, while the male only has to inherit 1 copy from the mother. With this reason, males are more likely to have ocular albinism. People with albinism sees the world a little differently, and with a little more difficulty than most people. They are looking at the same things, but their view is hindered by 4 factors. Firstly, photophobia. The iris of the normal eye filters the incoming light, and the retina of a normal eye absorbs it. While a person with albinism has very little or no pigment in their iris and retina, therefore light is not filtered or absorbed. This means that outdoors and brightly lit environments can be very uncomfortable for a person with albinism. Secondly, nystagmus is a vision condition that makes it hard to focus on the content. The more you try to focus, the harder it is to focus. Being in a brightly lit supermarket can cause nystagmus to become worse. Thirdly, the inability to see fine details. Not being able to see fine details does not mean blurriness in the text, but it could more accurately be described as looking at things that are far away. Lastly, the loss of binocular vision is common in albinism, and this results in reduced in-depth perception. As a result, a person with poor depth perception must rely on other cues to determine the depth of steps on uneven ground. If you are interested in more facts, feel free to subscribe to this channel.